And now, the final episode of San Diego News Edition. I'm Duke.
I'm the real Manos.
And I'm Dan.
Dan, you're back again to,
I'm back. Thanks for having me.
to spread the gospel of Big Wheel along
Yes.
with me.
Yes.
Hooray!
It's going to be great, and God damn it, he better be that mystery guy at the end of Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's the theory we're going with until they tell us otherwise, and even when they say so, we're just going to say, no, that's Big Wheel in disguise.
Hopefully it's either him or Hypno Hustler.
Yes! Oh, we're going to get to that in a few minutes. Okay, so this show's hopefully not going to be incredibly long because there ain't much to talk about.
Yeah.
Sunday, it's almost like a desert. We could talk about this tumbleweed in the back of my room that appeared because... okay. Manos, take this because we forgot to mention it yesterday, and you brought it up after we recorded it.
Yeah, let's rock it out. San Diego Comic-Con Image announces new books from Rucka, Lark, Matt Fraction, and more.
Like Billy Mays
yeah,
is coming with that.
Yeah, they did a big push for a lot of the new books, like this Lazarus from Greg Rucka.
And Michael Lark.
Yeah, and Michael Lark, yeah. Joe Casey's Bounce. Let's see, what's this? Oliver from...
Oh, you
Derek
forgot
Robinson.
Joe Casey's Sex, too.
Yeah.
He's
that's
writing
actual-
a book just called Sex.
Fantastic, I'm there. Joe Casey, thank you for sex.
It almost makes up for Vengeance. Almost. No, I take that back. Curing cancer wouldn't make up for Vengeance.
Also, there's a new fantasy comic called Rain that is coming from Chris Robinson and Paul Maybury.
Good to see he's doing stuff.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised he's made the jump from DC to Image.
Well, he launched
Some
his
of
own.
us-
He launched his own digital comic thing.
Yeah,
While we were gone.
some of us have also made the jump from DC to Image. Who said that?
That's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
There. Along with that, it's not pictured, but there's also Satellite Sam. Now here's one thing that got me interested. It's written by Matt Fraction. Now
Yeah.
here's the thing that's going to keep me from even looking at the covers. It's going to be drawn by Howard Chaykin. I have finally realized I hate Howard Chaykin.
Not a fan, are you?
Everyone looks like they were attacked by hornets. Well, here's the thing I've realized with him. It's not that his art looks entirely bad. It's just obvious. It just looks bad when you have digital coloring on it. Because I've seen really old stuff by him, done
Yeah.
with coloring back then. It looks fine.
Yeah. Actually, that's a very good point. His style doesn't look too good with digital coloring.
It's just too polished, and
It needs a complete handcrafted look. It can't be computer colored or anything like that.
yeah, that's the revelation I've made with him is he's just not doing the art for the time anymore.
Yeah, because he's an old school artist,
Yeah.
and that's actually a pretty good point.
I feel the same way about Dave Gibbons. I saw some of the previews of that book he's doing with Mark Millar, and I don't know. The new coloring.
It's not
looks
that his
weird.
is as jarring. It's just you're so familiar with Watchmen at this point that if the coloring doesn't look exactly like it does in Watchmen, it's just what the hell.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for him.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. I actually one of the
That's like being one of those bands that everyone wants your music to sound just like that one album you did 20 years ago.
it does suck, but Dan, you're not wrong because some of the classic Doctor Who comics I got, it just looks weird.
Really?
Because he did a lot of art for Doctor Who magazine way before he got big.
See,
And the coloring looks nice. It's just these two things just don't mix well together for some reason.
Hmm. Oh wow, what's this? Pretty Deadly? That looks kind of neat.
By DeConnick, the Kelly Sue DeConnick. I might actually look at that.
Yeah, who's about to start the Captain Marvel series next week.
Which for some reason is mentioned in one of our news articles. Hey, it's still happening.
They haven't canceled it yet.
Yeah.
They didn't pull a Doom. They didn't pull a Victor Von Doom on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
nowadays you're lucky to get to the actual newsstand.
I know. Oh, the best part about Pretty Deadly, it's a spaghetti western.
Oh, I might be there.
You probably...
Is this an ongoing?
Does not say.
Emma
See,
Rios
chick
is a
with a
great-
skull face.
See,
Chick with a skull face, and it's a spaghetti western. I mean, I'm halfway there.
And she's an assassin.
Okay.
Yes, so that book's pretty much bought by us.
That's right. Well, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I love stories where hot chicks kill people. And
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
yeah, that's right. So, okay.
And anything else? Let's see. I might pick up the Lazarus one. It has a lot of blood on the cover.
It looks like it's also somehow related to a hot chick killing things. So
I swear to God, if Joe Casey's sex does not feature hot women killing things, then I may not even consider it.
Sex is actually the autobiography of Abe Vigoda. So I hope you enjoy it.
Well, now that, and by the way, if you look at one of the pictures, it says Image Comics wants you to buy sex. I'm conflicted thanks to you. You bastard. Yeah, but that's Image. We're going to try and talk a lot more Image than we have for years around here.
That's right. All the years we've done this show.
Been it for a couple years now. I feel old. Okay, moving on to IDW, who, if Tyler's wisdom is right from last night, they own the show now. But it's just the thing for Judge Dredd, starting in November, and it's going to be written by. I want to check it out now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this cover looks like he's going to punch me if I don't.
see, what I want to know about this is, do they really own the rights to this, or are they just publishing it like the Marvel stuff that they do?
The answer is yes
Okay, good.
to both of your questions. Jim Starlin's apparently going to draw a backup for it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He's important.
Yeah.
You know,
The Thanos guy.
Yeah, Dredd always looks like he's taking a shit.
Well, that's why he's always pissed at things. That's the secret premise of the book. He doesn't want justice. He just wants some constipation medication. That's it.
He wants the toilet paper.
See, the question is whether or not they'll be able to capture that taking a shit face on film in the upcoming film.
I think Carl Urban can pull that off in spades. He kind of gave that look in Star Trek, like he was either going to explode from vomiting or the other way around.
I can just picture the director. He's just like, all right, now I need you to look like you're taking a shit.
Here, we brought you some Golden Corral. This doesn't work. Nothing will, Carl.
That's what the
Don't do it.
director...
We're going to make you do Doom 2.
Maybe that's what the director did. He forbade him to take a dump, like, in the shoot.
They kept him in the suit, and there's no way he can get it off without assistance.
That's right.
And no one was allowed to even help him.
Well, the pants have a sewn-in butt plug.
And in character, he's just like, but I really have to go.
But first, you're going to go to hell. Boom. I really want to check this miniseries out, all the joking aside. Yeah, I think it's a mini. It doesn't say. God damn it! Tell me these things, you stupid people. That just annoys me, because then if it's if it's in my mind that it's an ongoing and I find out it's not, I'm going to be sad. Like Rocketeer. I thought Rocketeer Adventures was an ongoing.
So
it's a weird series of miniseries.
I know, but like when the first one came out, I'm like, oh, cool, they're doing an ongoing of this because it doesn't say 104 or anything on it, and no one else knew at the comic shop. It was like, oh, sweet, and then they're like, why should it say final issue?
I know.
They're canceling, and then I found all that crap, and I'm like, okay, fine, the Hellboy route's okay. I just want clear indication it's a miniseries.
yeah. I wonder how this fits in with the continuity of the other Judge Dredd things, because they've been publishing those for a while, right?
I assume it doesn't. I assume this is going to be its own thing.
They, for all we know, they're going to, reprint it in 2000 AD or whatever they do now, because years ago, Mini Kajib tried to explain to me how it's published, and I can't remember it without a PowerPoint presentation.
Wow, that sounds complicated.
Well, that, and I'm listening to a guy with a British accent talk at 5,000 miles an hour, so... No. Do you want tea and a biscuit? What the fuck are you saying? I have corn. I have that in abundant supply. Okay. Marvel news? Who wants it? Okay.
Dan should read this.
Dan, you should do this.
All right. It says here that Amazing Spider-Man's going to continue to finish publishing the arc they're doing. What a surprise.
I know. See what I mean?
Yeah. Dan Slott's like, don't worry, I'm being allowed to finish. Then we have...
It still features the lizard.
Yeah. I love how I saw him and a bunch of the publishers and the editors talking about this arc, and they're like, oh yeah, we just happened to get to a point here where we wanted to use the lizard at the same time as the movie. That wasn't coincidental at all. And I'm like, okay.
You know what?
Come on, let's be honest
no,
here.
You're not convincing. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be like, well, I was planning on doing 4 shows in a row this weekend. It just so happened to be San Diego.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, in Avenging Spider-Man number 13, the Hypno Hustler is coming back. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's bringing fucking Deadpool with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man, Deadpool, who the fuck is the Hypno Hustler? I am so reading that issue and just pretending Deadpool's not going to be there.
Maybe it should be Hypno Hustler Month at Marvel, where he's on every cover.
That would be awesome.
He better be in one of the Spider-Man sequels.
This Daredevil cover, instead of that creepy guy holding Matt's head, it's just Hypno Hustler.
We just need to digitally put his head on everything.
Yes.
So it's just Hypno Hustler's head on this creepy thing's body. That thing is so fucking creepy.
Yeah. And then this Daredevil, the end cover, they just Photoshop him in standing over Matt's body.
I can't believe they're doing a Daredevil the End. I thought they were all done with those.
Well, this book has been supposed to be coming out for years.
I mean, how long has it been since the last The End-ish comic?
2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember the Iron Man one, but yeah, this book, I remember them announcing this before I started Comic News. Before I started YouTube.
Jeez.
This book has been in the making for a very long time.
I didn't realize that, but I'm going to buy the crap out of that, because Bendis doing Daredevil, I'm there.
It's him and David Mack.
Oh, I like David Mack, too.
Which is why it's been taking years.
Oh, that's right. David Mack does take a while.
Yeah.
I know they made the announcement alongside Jimmy Carter, who's currently the president. And
back when those two were 3 and they had this all planned out, and then they had to, wait to get careers.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, I just want you to read this upcoming Daredevil book my friend Brian Michael Bendis has made. I'm Jimmy Carter. Now, if you excuse me, I'm just going to go kick Reagan's ass at the elections this month.
Boo! Bring Billy on stage! I
Bring my
like
drunk brother Billy.
His brother's just in the background drinking more Billy beer.
By the way, this will be the only comic news show that references Billy Carter.
The gauntlet has been thrown, CBR.
Yeah, that's right. G4 ain't talking about Billy Carter and butt plugs.
Actually, they talk about butt plugs a lot more than they should. And here's the thing, they're more likely to mention Jimmy Carter than comics, so...
Yeah.
At Comic-Con...
Did we talk about that last night at last night's show?
We did.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring it back because you've had that on my head. That and that joke you made in like the first 6 minutes of that show. We're not going to tell Dan because Dan wasn't there.
Okay.
But and I haven't even gotten that video posted yet. But
Well, it'll be posted by the time this is posted.
I don't know. I could easily just, make it my Daredevil the end and wait years. And say, I'm just waiting for extensive editing. I'm putting in CGI versions of us. They won't be on screen, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
You'll all see it by the time you hear this part.
Yeah. Hey, all right, now we're talking about Captain Marvel is still coming out. That's good.
That's still coming out. It's not like we were talking about it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. And then
I'm gonna pick it up. Hey, Dan, did you read Avenging Spider-Man with Captain Marvel in it?
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm thinking about picking up the book.
Me too, and I bought it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It didn't feature cats, though, so...
Ooh.
That was awesome in the She-Hulk issue.
Remember that She-Hulk issue where it said Spider-Man, She-Hulk,
no cats in it. That was hilarious.
They should have done it with planes in this one.
Planes. It's just a picture
Are you still, Dan, are you still reading Scarlet Spider?
Yes, I am.
Do you still like it?
I'm liking it quite a bit, yeah.
Does it still exist?
I'm just worried it's going to get canceled because they took Ryan Stegman off of it, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people
Fantastic Four now, or well, about to be.
Yeah, the artist that came on isn't bad, but he's just not Ryan Stegman.
Well, good news, Dan. They're canceling Fantastic Four as soon as Stegman jumped on.
And they'll never bring it back.
You son of a... Oh, anyway.
But
why are they talking about Scarlet Spider?
The Scarlet Spider crossover thing is coming up, Minimum Carnage, which looks to be something involving Carnage being Mini, and they said it's not going to be Cletus Cassidy, it's going to be someone else, so that's the big mystery that they're going to tease us with until this comes out, most likely.
It's going to be Jimmy Carter.
Minimum Carnage. That's a great title.
Yes,
I thought that was a joke.
Solved it, guys.
Like, at the end of the last Carnage mini, they're like, Minimum Carnage coming up next, and I was like, haha, you guys are funny. And then they announced this.
Yeah, I love it when we saw the thing. We're just like, okay, I buy that this is happening. Also, I love the fact that for the image for Scarlet Spider, it just says more horseplay, more chances of being injured in or around a public pool.
Huh.
The fuck is he doing? Becoming a lifeguard?
Hey, I got a tagline for the Minimum Carnage story.
What are you thinking?
This comic is acceptable.
We already made that joke.
That's fine. They can be reused.
You're right. We recycle around here.
Recycle, renew, news, whatever. All right. And Punisher Warzone.
Actually, I got one more question for Dan.
Sure.
Okay.
How's Venom been since Cullen's been on co-writing?
It's then not as good as the book was before, but...
I think they're just, like, working out the kinks.
Yeah, I mean, the last issue was kind of cool because they had a big reveal with a character that has been dead since Ditko was drawing the book. So...
Wow.
So it was kind of cool to see them come back and be like, what? How are they still alive? So it's going to be cool to see how they deal with that. That'll sell me on the arc, whether or not they handle that well, because that reveal has the potential to be really awesome.
And no matter what, if you want to read Minimum Carnage, you'll have to go back to Venom eventually.
Right.
If you leave. So you're screwed.
I am screwed. I mean, I want to like it once Remender leaves. I'm just hoping that it doesn't become Spider-Man Season 1, because I really, really didn't like that.
So we're going to focus on what? Flash Thompson's miniature collection or something?
Flash Thompson playing football in his past.
Yeah, exactly. Hell, we could write that, Dan.
We could.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if we're looking at that, like, you know, him giving swirlies to freshmen.
Yeah.
It's the most action-packed book Marvel will ever see. It's just him struggling at test and like going to the vending machine at school, and it gives him 2 packets of chips instead of 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day it gives him absolutely nothing. It's just trials and tribulations with some good in there, I guess. Okay, yeah, anyway, back to Punisher Warzone.
Yeah, so Punisher Warzone is a 5-issue mini that's going to be closing out Rucka's run on the Punisher, which kind of surprises me because I thought his run would be longer. I don't know how
And I find that ironic. I find that ironic because I watched your review of the first trade today.
Yeah, I just got the first 6 issues, and I'm like, this is awesome. Probably one of the best things Marvel's putting out, in my opinion. And then they announced that it's ending. I don't know how much this has to do with the whole Marvel Now thing, but
I mean, they were followed up with very vague trailers last week.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully it's good. I mean, so far, I mean, I've really liked Rucka's take on the Punisher, so I have faith.
It won't feature Big Wheel, Dan. Just get that out of your head right now. The final issue is just randomly a final confrontation with Big Wheel and Stiltman.
Well, the first arc did have a version of the Vulture that I like less than the one that everyone hates, so maybe then Big Wheel will be in this miniseries. Who knows?
They brought back the goddamn disco guy. Why not Big Wheel one more time?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Let's reinvent him. Let's have John Cassaday give him a whole new wheel and everything.
It has gold on it.
Gold? It's going to get the DC staff excited.
You have Jim Lee design the wheel. It'll have so many treads on the tires, no one will be able to draw it besides him.
Fuck. Dan, we want Big Wheel to actually show up. We don't want his wheel to be invisible. Because then they're just not going to draw it. They're like, it'll be a hyper-technological invisible wheel of death. They'll buy that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Why not?
Okay. This next story is very fitting because of Dan being here. They confirmed the Marvel Phineas and Ferb crossover.
Oh, boy.
Finally. And it's actually going to be a TV special. Yay, I guess.
I hope it's going to be as good as the Daffy Duck Green Lantern crossover.
Oh, that's putting it on a pedestal it may not reach, because that episode's amazing.
Yeah. It's the best Green Lantern I've ever seen.
Maybe they should have put that in the movie.
Oh, man. No,
you sons of bitches. Yeah, it's not much known about it besides the guy who says tri-state area is involved. For some reason, Thor, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Iron Man lose their powers, even though Hulk still looks normal after they lose their powers in the preview.
Wait, so why are the Marvel heroes in this show if they don't have their powers?
I don't fucking know. Like, no, like... No, it starts out all normal, like, hey, Ferb, I know what we're going to do today. We're going to create a nuclear bomb or whatever the fuck they want to do. And apparently the Marvel heroes, I'm guessing, are just around. We just never saw, like old-fashioned crossovers. They're just there right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We never
that
mentioned them
doesn't
before.
make any difference to a kid.
Yeah, it's very true. But I love the fact that, oh no, Iron Man lost his powers. I mean, his suit doesn't work. He seems to be walking in it just fine.
No, Tony Stark's just going to be stupid in the show. He's going to be dumb.
And apparently, And Dad, according from some of the concept art they have in this little preview video, the Red Skull, Venom, and Whiplash and MODOK are going to team up with the guy in the trench coat.
That's awesome.
The Red Skull.
Yes.
Yeah, a man who's obviously a Nazi is going to be teaming up with that.
Are they going to bring back Mark Hamill to voice the Skull? Because that'd be awesome.
I don't know. And also, this video features the greatest man alive, Jeff Lowe, talking about how, this was an obvious idea. Yes, because I obviously said, you know what we need? Tony Stark, an alcoholic, to hang around with children.
Nazis and alcoholics.
Yes, we need all of our characters who have a very inappropriate personal issue that define most of them are going to now hang out with children. Perfect, Marvel.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I might see it unless the animation on the Marvel people don't look that good.
Yeah.
I am wondering if this was just created just so we can have T-shirts at Hot Topic.
Oh, every decision ever made has that in the back in their minds.
Just imagine a plush doll with a triangle Spider-Man head.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a gold mine.
It's like I'm going to my Hot Topic and reserving a T-shirt already.
Yeah, if it's on and I have nothing better to do, I'll probably see it. I'm not gonna set my fucking DVR. Because I've seen the show. It's fun. Yeah. Have you ever seen it, Manos?
I saw 20 minutes of it when I was at a mall. It looks cute. I guess I can see why people dig it so much.
It's a fun show. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But you just put Iron Man in something, it doesn't automatically say... We have Iron Man shoes at work. It doesn't mean I'm happy about it. And they're just for kids, too.
I would be happy about that. I'd love Iron Man shoes.
They're just for toddlers, though, so far.
Oh, okay.
And I highly doubt they have them in adult sizes, so I can't order you a pair of Manos. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll just have to wear my Red Knight shoes.
The only pair in existence. Try and steal it from him.
That's true, yes. I taped a picture of him on my shoes. But it's official.
It's damn... The creator says so. He sanctioned it. Okay. So we got to switch over, and then we're going to get angry. Manos, go.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I have a story that just happened, pretty much while we were getting ready to do this show, and the internet has basically had a shit fit. Comics. In the New 52 continuity, Tim Drake was never Robin. That's a story that's a story that just broke this evening, actually.
There's a homeless guy lighting shit on fire right now in protest outside.
Frank Miller is upset. But yet another change as a result of DC's The New 52,
which they need to fucking quit calling,
has been revealed at the San Diego Comic-Con. Tim Drake is best known as the Robin who deduced Batman's secret identity and has appeared in various forms of media in that role. It was revealed that the universe was only 5 years old. Many fans were left scratching their heads, trying to figure out how possibly all these sidekicks...
Until a giant hole formed in the side of their heads from scratching.
Yeah, that's true. Comic books do, of course, play blah, 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 blah. Let me skip. Okay, Tim goes straight from being Tim Drake. He already is Tim Drake, but straight.
He's not Tim Drake in this one? That's weird.
That's even worse.
Tim Drake is no longer Tim Drake. We're making him Alan now.
No. He's Danny Lipschitz.
Still yet more dignified than Jason Todd.
Tim goes straight from being Tim Drake to being Red Robin, and there was no official period of time where he was Robin. We will keep most of that origin intact, that he was one of the few people that could get very close to learning who Bruce is, but it'll be very much an updated version of his origin.
What?
Like his updated version of his origin. Like what? He was created in the fucking 30s.
I remember back in 1819 when TIMDRAKE was.
Oh yes, TIMDRAKE was a hero of the Prohibition era.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So,
Dan, get under your desk.
all right, gentlemen, how do you feel about this?
I don't see what the point is. Like, if they're gonna keep most of Tim Drake's like origin and stuff intact, like, what difference does it make if he was Robin or not? Like, he's gonna be one of the closest people to Bruce anyway.
It's just change for the sake of change.
Right, and he was mentioned to be Robin in Batman #1. I guess Liddell forgot to read that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't be shocked if the backlash from this, there'd be like, Liddell, shut up.
Yeah, no, he was Robin. Shut up.
No, we're getting Frank Miller lighting shit in front of the building again. we need to minimize that.
But that's an amazing point. I mean, they can't even keep the continuity straight after a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're coming close to a year.
that was the first issue of the Batman Quarter Owl story, and the last issue just came out this week.
I heard that
It's
even more recent than that too. Like, there was an arc in Batman and Robin, like the issue just came out like last week, where Damian fights all of the former Robins and challenges them to a fight, and he specifically challenges Tim Drake, and Tim Drake like hands his ass to him, and he's like, "Hey, you were a past Robin."
I have the strongest feeling that Scott Liddell doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because this seems much like a writer's choice, not a giant company-wide, we're going to do this thing. You know, like making Starfire a whore, or making Roy Harper a bum.
But that has to be approved by somebody.
I just don't think they care
I mean, he
about
can't
what he
make Tim
does.
Drake. He can't make Tim Drake a child rapist.
Yeah, they can.
Well, maybe they can. Well, no. I mean, it has to go through an editor. You know, Scott Liddell shows it. Well, I wanted to be a child molester. Well, I don't know, Scott.
Yeah, no, he gave him that ultimatum. Either we do this, or you let me get away with this, or I will protest that we make him a child molester. You run a hard bargain, Mr. Liddell.
See, we're making him a child molester because child molesters are really in right now. They're in the news all the time.
Hey,
they need to really update.
Those to troll a Predator kids got comics involved. Granted, I'm pretty sure they're never going to be allowed on YouTube ever again after the shit they pulled, but
yeah, I don't know. So does he even still know that Bruce Wayne is Batman?
Who are you?
I mean,
here's the thing. I stopped caring about the character as soon as I saw his stupid-looking costume.
Oh, the fact that he's now a member of Gotcha Man?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Why? No. Who thinks the Falcon is the only one who's allowed to do that? Because no one gives a shit about him.
Now, see, in the New 52, Tim Drake was the surrogate son of Adrian Toomes instead. He never joined the Bat family.
You brilliant bastard.
That's how it's...
I haven't really cared about the character in a very long time via comics, so as sad as it is to say, I just don't have as much interest in this as I probably should.
So and it's very obvious that DC doesn't care either. I mean, they don't know what to do with him.
I don't know anyone personally who still fucking cares about Teen Titans.
Some people do.
I'm sure there are, but no one I know cares.
Maybe that's what DC stands for. Don't care.
That's how I feel.
I thought it was don't come.
Now it's don't care.
Son of a bitch. Can't keep this shit straight anymore.
Well, neither can they.
Well, no, we're becoming DC Comics. Quick, Manos, make a really stupid decision.
Sure. Duke, you're your own father.
Good enough. Okay. Dan, you were here the whole time.
Night Owl's father rapes his mother on the floor and burns his superhero stuff at the same time.
Excellent. Perfect updating.
We're so good at this.
The 19 to 30-year-old boys will love it.
Yeah.
I'm straight. Manos, I want to talk to you because you've been really shaky on DC since all of this stuff's been happening.
Yeah.
Are you close to, how close are you to just giving up?
Very close, actually. I think, well, I'm only reading Batman and Batwoman, and I don't know. I'm beginning to think I might be able to be okay without reading those books.
I can understand that. I'm still on Batman. I gave up on Batwoman, like, the second issue of that second arc. Fuck that.
At the beginning of the 2000s, I read all DC and only read one Marvel title. That was Daredevil. And I was on and off on Spider-Man at the beginning of the 2000s. And now, well, Marvel now. But, but
perfect.
Now,
you got our paycheck from them.
Yeah, thanks, Marvel. But yeah, it's been, I gotta tell you, it's just really been frustrating and depressing and discouraging, and it makes me not want to read comics in general. It makes me feel like these aren't characters anymore. They're just logos. And I don't know, it's stressing because you grow up loving these characters. You grow up, you spend your whole, I've spent my whole life knowing that I could count on Batman or Wonder Woman being there to give me some kind of entertaining story. And, I have, many fond memories of reading Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, and stuff like that. And, I don't know if I should say slowly, but one by one, it's been just too, it's just been too tough to read. And I've been, Logan asked me if it's damaged my appreciation of the old comics, the back issues, and not so much, but it's really kind of damaged my appreciation of the current stuff because I can't really emotionally get myself into this stuff anymore. And I can do that with Marvel because, Marvel makes crazy decisions too.
They just renumbered our show while you were talking.
Yeah, I know. Marvel does a lot of renumbering and stuff like that, which is annoying. But and
then cancel books too.
I still feel like those characters are those characters. Daredevil is still Daredevil. That's the same guy.
Well, of course, he had a T-shirt that it said "I'm not Daredevil." Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, that Mark Waid's Daredevil is still Frank Miller's Daredevil and Stan Lee's Daredevil, for instance.
And now you're Daredevil, Manos.
Yeah. Well, no. But
I'm kidding. I just wanted to
make that
sound really cheesy.
What I mean? That's more or less the same guy that you've grown up reading. I've been reading Daredevil since '79, and it's just a great book. And the Batman I read in '79, I don't know who that. I don't know. I don't know anymore what or anything is at DC, and it's just frustrating. There, that's my piece.
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I mean, it's more literal for me with DC, where my favorite DC character is Wally West, and I can't even find him in the line. Literally.
Ray Palmer showed up in Frankenstein. No one gave a crap about Ray Palmer before.
Yeah, it's all the characters no one cares about.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Pushing so hard.
Cyborg, you will like him.
Yes, Frankenstein, you will love him.
Well, I do love Frankenstein, though. Don't judge me. Anyway.
Earth 2.
No. Earth 2.
You're just trying to pull knives out of me right now, aren't you, you bastard?
Remember how much you love Earth 2? Well, we brought it back. You're welcome.
Yeah. It's like the new 52 universe, but even more 90s looking.
Oh, man.
It ain't that 90s looking.
It's
Not really.
looking.
Really? I don't know.
I don't think it looks 90s that much.
I don't know.
Maybe Batman. Well, before they killed him in the first issue.
But
that was ballsy and strange.
Ballsy and strange. It's a fake universe. Who cares what they do? You could do anything in one. That's the thing that isn't. You know, when you have one of those fake side universes and they go, oh wow, that was really brave. They killed Superman. No, it isn't. They could do whatever the fuck they want. So obviously the first.
Why do you have to be so mean to me?
Because you take it.
Okay, so that was San Diego Comic-Con, everyone. I knew I would get one of you laughing like that.
The spirit of the con, right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, it had a highlight.
Yeah.
It had like two notable things like I got from it. Sandman and the Marvel movie stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about something exciting. Sandman is going to at least make a comeback.
It'll probably just quietly go away after that, and then with a bunch of ads saying, buy the trades!
I don't know if it's going to be a miniseries or...
It's a mini.
Or full graphic. Oh, a miniseries.
Yeah, 5 issues, I think.
Ooh, the great Neil Gaiman is doing a comic book again.
The fuck happened to you? Did you become Hedonism Bot from Futurama?
That's what Neil Gaiman does to people.
I just had this terrible feeling he was never going to come back to comics.
I could understand that, but still, that was just random.
Well, thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be entertaining in a random way.
You served us well tonight. I'm trying to think. I've already kind of forgotten about some of the more notable stuff. Well, a bunch of Marvel titles are canceling, but Manos kind of talked me down to why that just doesn't seem to matter anymore.
I think. Let's see. Is Hawkeye Captain America? Not Captain America. Is Hawkeye Captain Marvel and Gambit? Are they all part of this Marvel Now thing, or are they just kind of just new number ones?
Well, here's the thing. People are generally confused about it. People keep thinking, oh, they're rebooting it. No, they're just new titles with a fee.
It's basically what Marvel does all the time.
Yeah, they're just putting a stupid name on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, all that stuff's still set. In fact, I'm pretty sure some of those books are coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all there. They're just doing other titles.
I think I might get the... I think I might at least pick up Hawkeye and Gambit #1.
Gambit, yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of Gambit ever.
I've always liked Gambit.
Same.
I don't know. I'll see what you two saying. Maybe I'll consider checking.
If YouTube told you to jump off a bridge, would you?
It has, and it went perfectly fine. I'm still here.
Actually, I probably could find a video on YouTube that says that.
You found that hour-long Peter Griffin farting video. No duh, you could find it.
No, it was 10 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I feel so bad for the guy who had to render that.
Oh, well, no, I don't. He's the one who chose to do it.
Like, rendering one of these videos takes almost 2 hours, even though it's barely an hour long at most.
Like, oh, I know it'll be great.
What about that video of the guy, that Ed sent you dancing, with chicken to that song for hours on end?
Yeah, I heard about that, too. It's like, I don't even understand the point of those videos.
It's just to see how much time you want to kill.
Yeah, they have a Star Wars Cantina Band one, too, that goes for 10 hours.
Oh, my God.
I can't watch that for the regular duration.
I guarantee you that is cause to suicide.
Or Frank Miller lighting shit up in front of your house.
Let's
see, what was I going to say? Something about comics.
I'm trying to look back at anything else because I'm literally forgetting about so much of it.
Are you guys
Well-
surprised that we didn't get more stuff about Marvel now, like the creative teams that are coming to the other books and stuff?
A little. I expected this to be kind of an explosion of Marvel Now info.
Me too.
And
And
actually, what else DC related came out? I mean, I didn't hear too much. I
Fucking
heard a lot
nothing.
of Marvel news.
In fact, this
They
Tim
announced-
Drake thing wasn't even something that Marvel was like pumping out of the speaker system. People found out the panel and then made the word heard.
DC recently announced that they're not. They mandated that Stephanie Brown's not in the Smallville thing anymore. It's going to
We covered that last night, Dan.
Yeah, we talked about
Oh,
that
really?
last night.
Okay.
Amazing. It's just, that was like a fuck you.
be yeah.
I'm just like, one thing I didn't bring up was, because the one thing I was like, well, it's Brian Miller writing Stephanie Brown again. Kind of good. I liked his run with Batgirl.
Yeah.
And then that happened. I'm just like, okay, what's your reason? We wanted the most iconic character. The most iconic Nightwing, and you chose Barbara Gordon.
Why did you choose Dick Grayson?
What, is he busy? He's a fictional character. Going back to
in
what you
your
said about a
face.
fictional, about an alternate universe, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I mean, amazing.
That's the example won't let fly. Smallville season 11.
Yeah.
Because it just makes a Roundhouse no decisions just because it can now. Because it has even more creative freedom because they could use even more characters that they could just screw up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw in an interview they were talking to Miller about why he chose to do Nightwing instead, and he was just like, well, I don't know, because I could.
Exactly.
He's like, why use Robin when I can use Nightwing?
Ryan Miller's just writing really stupid fan fiction right now. I'm sure he's having a ball with it.
You know, on a side note, I think his name is Brad Meltzler, who wrote Identity Crisis.
Yeah.
He when he was preparing to write that, he wanted to know if he could kill some characters off of the storyline.
Mhm.
So he went to the head editors and asked, "Is there anybody I can kill?" And they gave him a list.
That's right. I think that's in the trade. At least
And
not
he-
the entire list.
And he said, I'm not going to say who's on the list, but you'd be very surprised. And here's the thing. I think in the last few years, I've deduced that every character was on that list. I'm willing to believe that. I'm willing to believe every single DC hero was on that list.
Yeah,
I
because
doubt
again, as we all know by now, death doesn't fucking matter anymore. It's not death; it's a
completely-
prolonged nap.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think death is over.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you can ask Thor about it. He was dead for all about 2 minutes.
yeah, no kidding.
I'm
Good
still
Lord.
confused. What the fuck happened with that?
Yeah, I read the arc, and I couldn't even explain it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so not bad. Some good Image news and Marvel news and DC news and
Like one good nugget of DC news.
yeah, one good nugget of DC news.
Yeah.
Because I think
Is there
all the other times we brought up DC, it had you screaming.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, it shouldn't be that way.
I know, and
It should
I
be the other way. It should be me screaming, oh my God, Neil Gaiman's back on Sandman.
should be. Oh my God, I'm getting my blowtorch.
What?
I don't know what your weapon of choice is. Do I look like I research?
I'm really happy you said torch at the end of that sentence.
Still not as bad as the confusing me for wanting Jessica Alba back in Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Because
But-
I heard as soon as you had that confusion in your head, I'm like, he's going to try and strangle me through his computer, isn't he? But yeah, pretty much a mixed bag of news.
Yeah.
Was fun.
Yeah,
Always a lot
not
of fun.
bad.
I'd like, yes, I'd like to thank all the people who helped us out.
Yep.
Including Dan.
You're welcome, Duke. Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome, Dan. Well, people liked you last time.
Oh, really?
They're like, yeah, hopefully Dan's showing up, and I would have been like, he will, but he'll be silent. He's here the entire time. Again, I don't know what will be. For all we know, next week Marvel's gonna talk every detail about Marvel Now.
Yeah.
They've done random shit like that before.
Yeah.
But as I've kind of noticed, this being the third year I've done this, there probably won't be a lot. Or there'll probably be like maybe a news story. So we'll probably be gone for a little longer than a week.
Yeah.
More, mostly possible. But again, we had fun. These 4 shows should hopefully make up for the amount of time we weren't here before and the amount of time we won't be here for a week or two. Manos, talk about the Red Knight.
Okay, I will. Red Knight is my comic. I self-publish, and I create it and write it, and JC Grande does the art. Issue 4 came out a couple weeks ago. Yeah, on the 4th. It's a one-issue story if you want to just pick up one. It's available at Etsy.com. You can check out the link below. I've made it as simple as I can for people to order it online, and I hope you like it. And I promise, characters that die will stay dead. I will not reboot the book, and Red Knight has always been Red Knight.
It'll start featuring goofy cameos by random ass celebrities, and
No. I'm not overly dating the book like the early Ultimates.
Are you kidding? But that issue of Spider-Man where he hangs out with the cast of Saturday Night Live is priceless.
Or Freddie Prinze Jr. in Ultimates 1 or something.
No, I love the story behind that. They wanted to use him, but they couldn't get the actual rights. So when it came time to show Betty Ross on a date with him, they covered his face up with a word balloon. I love that, and it gave just a full-page spread of Hulk screaming out, "Hulk won Freddie Prinze Jr." That gave me priceless laughs, Manos. Don't take that away from me.
No. Time is going to take that away from you.
No, it won't. I laugh about that shit now.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed 10 years from now. Like
Manos, you don't
teenager
understand.
looks at
I
that.
still laugh about things I laughed about when I was 3.
When some teenager in like 10 years from now is going to look at that, they're going to, who the fuck is Freddie Prinze Jr.?
No one knows who Freddie Prinze Jr. is. I'll remember him by then.
That's right.
Like,
Dude.
no one knows.
They'll have to reboot and update the Ultimates, which was an update and reboot of the Marvel Universe anyway.
My brain hurts!
Because Freddie Prinze
Comics?
Jr. is
Okay.
because
Like a
Freddie
dream
Prinze
within
Jr.
a dream!
Yeah.
It's rebootception.
Freddie Prinze Jr. isn't accessible for new readers.
Rebootception. We need to do that video.
Well, I still want to do that Geekvolution joke you made, which we're not going to spoil. I don't think we should, where we're just all that, but yeah, and again, you can follow me, Manos, on Twitter and Tumblr. Fun stuff happens there.
Yep.
We have conversations with friends.
Yeah, we're on ham radio, too.
Yep, and we're also in your dreams. Take that as you will. And we haven't mentioned this for any of the guests, but subscribe to Dan and Shades and Deadpoolzilla. They're very nice, very good people. We enjoy their work.
They're the best.
They are the best, and they will probably have to replace me and Manos when we finally get killed.
Yes,
No.
when I eventually die.
When Marvel finally, it'll be like that stupid scene from Battle for the Cowl where you, Tyler, and Shades will get holograms of me telling you what to do, and you'll have all the access codes to the channel, and then you'll have to become Comic News The Next Generation. You can choose who has to be Picard. I'll let you guys.
Hello, this is Patrick Stewart of Comic News.
I
No.
will talk about vague Marvel teasers. I was in X-Men. Brett Spiner plays the Joker in Young Justice. Anyway, so that's about it. Thank you all for following us this weekend.
We had lots of fun.
We had lots of fun. And one more time, thank you to everyone who helped out. So until next time, I'm Duke.
I'm the real Manos.
And I am Dan.
Goodbye.